Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thanks for stopping by. Now this video is dedicated to a great friend of mine for 16 years, Teddy. Teddy was a Pomeranian that was playful, strong, protective, and loving all in one. He was like a son to me, and I'm very glad to have known him. Now usually I would ask you to subscribe, but we can skip that part this time. I know that Teddy would want to help other dogs, so I am making this video on how to cremate your pet in Japan, so that you as a foreigner don't get overwhelmed with the process or lost in the woods, so to speak, as to what to do when the time comes. So first and foremost, if possible, try to avoid small children from seeing the body. Find a box that is big enough to put him in immediately. This is the only box that I could fit him in, and I am proud to have given it to him, so that he could go out in style. Secondly, you find the nearest kasoba, or crematory, near you. Now, there are essentially, I would say, 3 options. Unfortunately, I am no stranger to crematories, but we don't have to go down that road. But I will tell you that for pets, you can either take them to a government-owned facility, a private facility, or you can get a mobile unit to come to your house and do it right there in front of you. Now some people prefer to do the mobile unit just for a reassurance that they are getting the correct cremains. I opted not to do this because I didn't want a van in front of my house for an hour or so with neighbors smelling ash in the air. Depending on when you live, this private option wouldn't be so private. Also, this option can cost around $200 to $300 US. The other option is the privately owned kasobas. They are usually open on weekends, but they can also cost around $200, and they can process the body much faster than, say, a government-owned place. The only issue I see with this is that you wouldn't have enough time to pick out an urn, but some places may have them there already for sale, but I didn't feel like being upsold off my grief, and I wasn't in the mood for it. So we went with the government-owned facility. I kept him in a box in his doghouse because it was cold outside to preserve the body until we could get to a kasoba on a Monday. He passed on a Sunday morning. So the one we went to is right here at this address below. This is usually how it works. You bring the body in a box, you put it on a scale, you fill out a paperwork with your name, phone number, address. You do not pay right then and there. They will send a bill to your house. You can usually pick up the cremains in about 1 work week, and they hold on to them for about a month. If you don't come back within a month, they are liable to toss the remains. Or you can have them scatter them for you for an extra 2,000 yen or so. Another big takeaway from this is that during cremation, the temperature can reach up to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit or 982 degrees Celsius. But even then, after that, the bones will remain. So be prepared to receive your pet's bones in a jar. If you want the bones reduced to an ash, then they have to go through another process called cremulation, where the bones are essentially grinded into a fine dust or ash, so that it will look better if you plan on spreading them or even making a charm out of them or something along those lines. I would say that a private crematory would be better suited if that is your goal, but honestly, even they aren't a sure thing. Now there are actual cremulation facilities that specialize in hunkotsu, which translates to bone powder when you look at the kanji. You have to actually look for these. They're a little bit harder to find. It seems that most of the places just give you bones to leave that option open-ended for you. These kasobas are usually for small animals like dogs, cats, birds, etc. On one last note, please do not attempt to bury a pet on public land. It is illegal in Japan, and you can be fined if caught. Now saying goodbye to a friend is very hard, and a pet is no different. They're a member of your house, your team, and when they go, it hurts. And so this video is just to teach you your options while you're in Japan. And with that, my outro. Teddy, You were my road dog, literally and figuratively. You were with me when I was a boy and watched me become a man. I remember a time when it was just you and me and an Adidas bag my mom gave me, sleeping on the park benches in Tokyo, looking up at the stars, thinking about our next move, waiting on that phone call saying I got hired, and I'm glad you got to see it all come to fruition. My day one, and I will always miss you, little buddy. I'm glad you're back home with us, and I had the pleasure of chasing after you, looking for you when you got loose, and having all the late night parties that you had to endure. We had wild times, and we will never forget you. Rest in peace, old friend. Now I'm off to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven about 15 times and have a beer. Hope you learned something and that you can have some idea of where to go if this ever happens to you. And with that, DT out.
You my boy, Teddy.